Hi everyone, this is Nathan here from the eBookreader.com. For this video review, I'm going to give you a look at the Pandigital Nova. So Pandigital is getting set to release this new line of tablets. They got the Pandigital Nova, there's the Star, the Planet, and the Supernova. I think the Supernova is pretty much the exact same as this one, except for it has an 8-inch screen, whereas this one has a 7-inch screen. As far as the other ones go, I think this is probably the best one to go with because it has more memory and it has more RAM, and it runs Android 2.3, where the other two, they run Android 2.2. All these new tablets from Pandigital, they have active touchscreen, which is actually a resistive screen, but it does have multi-touch capabilities, so you can do pinch to zoom and stuff like that with the app set up for that. We've got some new hardware buttons for these Pandigital tablets too. We've got the home, the menu, the back, and the search buttons. As you can see, when you tap them, you get the backlight, and then that will automatically turn off after a few seconds. So these are inset. They're kind of a little bit spongy. Sometimes you have to hit them a couple times to get it to activate, but they do work pretty well, and they're kind of nice. They're a lot better than having the on-screen ones like the old Pandigital novels had. So far as hardware goes, we've got a micro SD slot right here. Up top we've got mini USB, so according to the manual you can actually host with this. If you get an adapter, you can hook up a keyboard and a mouse to it. I have not tried that because I'm not going to buy the adapter, but I did buy the adapter for the micro HDMI port, and that does work pretty well. There's this, that's the charger right there. We got the volume buttons here, power button there. There's a microphone down here, and then there's a front-facing camera on top, and there's a back-facing camera, and there's also a speaker down there. So it does have quite a few features as far as tablets go, and it's even, you know, it's got the budget price, so it's probably one of the cheapest tablets as far as the feature set it has. Runs about $169 is what I got this one for. Okay, so as far as features go, it ties in with the Barnes & Noble ebook store like it did with the other Pandigital novels. So what it does is it lays out your library. This is like your downloaded section. And then you sign it up with your BNN account, and this is like your BNN list over here. So that's like I said, it's got this active touchscreen, so it's like a capacitive screen, but it does work pretty well. But like scrolling, you'll see it's not as smooth as like a capacitive screen. It's still you got the resistive screen feel to it, but it does work pretty well. Okay, as far as features go, let's open up a book here. So one thing I kind of don't like about this app is it always has this stuff up here. It doesn't have any way to get full screen or hide the menu or anything like that. So you got the slider bar down here. You can change jump pages. As far as other features up here, we've got bookmarks, search. Obviously there are different text sizes as usual. There's also active hyperlinks work on this one. If you hold down on a word, you get the on-screen functions for search, or search, highlighting, notes. It also pops up this little thing if you want to add text notes right here. And then there are a few other features in here. You've got the dictionary. So yeah, if you hit that button there, it pops up these. It opens up the dictionary app, which you can go over here and get the definitions of words. And then you just close it right there. Okay, so the other last few things on here, what did we have? We had the search, and then we just had that. Okay, so up here we've got the table of contents, which also shows your bookmarks and highlights. It does take a little bit to load. This app isn't the fastest. I really don't like it that much. You can also load in the regular Nook for Android app. That's probably a little bit better option to go from. That's probably what I would do. So yeah, you've got your different notes on here, your table of contents for jumping to pages, and then so that's pretty much how the ebook app works. You've also got, there's just a couple of other settings up here. You got night mode, and that's the screen orientation lock. So yeah, you got the auto rotate as well. And then this last button up here, it will take, you got the brightness adjuster as well. And this last button here, it will take you back to your library view. Okay, so it does support magazines and newspapers as well, as you can see right there. It does not support all the magazines. I tried downloading the National Geographic. It won't work. I guess it has to be like the certain magazines that are set up sort of like newspapers. So then you get your home screen right here where you have the little widget. You can actually remove this, or you can put it on a different page if you want. So it shows your latest read books and newspapers and magazines. And they're also, this is your widget for the wireless in your internet right here. So that's also got this other widget right here for weather. It's actually pretty cool this morning. 4:55. That's pretty incredible. So as far as apps goes, it does not connect with the Android market, unfortunately. But there is a hack for it. I'm going to put together a new video for getting the Android market on this thing, because then it'd be pretty full functioning device here. It has the GetJar app for downloading apps. Open it with the Android browser. It doesn't work well with the Opera browser. I downloaded that with a different app anyway. It doesn't come stock. But yeah, you can get apps through here, but it's kind of a truncated app store. You're not going to get a whole lot of selection, but they do have quite a few apps. Another option is I installed the Amazon App Store. You can go to their site and get the email link to download this. It works very well, and you can get a bunch of apps through there. So that's where I got some of these. I got like the Amazon Kindle app that works well. Aldico, I like using Aldico a lot better than that built-in app. So, but you can't use BNN Books in it because it has their own DRM. So you'd have to use the Nook app. There's a lot of other stuff going on here. We've got the app installer. So if you have apps on your SD card, this is a new app they added, so you can install apps from your SD card. But I've noticed it doesn't show up a lot of apps sometimes. So you got to use the ES File Explorer to navigate to where you have the app located and then install it from there. So they made it a little more simple because the last ones were a little complicated for newbies. Like you got the firmware update button right here, you got your download icon right here, you got all the regular Android apps. You know, you got the calendar, and you've got you got the regular old, you got the email. It doesn't have the Gmail because it's not set up with the Google account, but you've got these with a widget video player. So the video player works really well on this one. The other Pandigitals, they were always a little bit slow. The video player is nice and smooth on this one. It's got a new processor. We've also got the YouTube player on here. It's not the full YouTube. You're going to want to get the full YouTube app. I have that on my site. So I installed some of these, like Plants vs. Zombies. As far as games go, games work pretty well on this one. They work a lot better than the old Pandigital novels. Like Plants vs. Zombies works well. Angry Birds works really well. Some games, they're a little slow. But like, yeah, this game, it works really well. Let me show you here. So like I said, the multi-touch works. Everything's nice and smooth with this game. Okay, so some of the other games though, it does not work very well. So Plants vs. Zombies works well, Angry Birds works well, My Paper Plane 2 does not work well. So the problem with this app, there's just something with the way the accelerometer works is here. There's some issue with this because it runs just a little bit slow. It probably doesn't look like it, but I've played this game on a bunch of other tablets and it's running a little bit slow. And the thing with it is it doesn't steer right, so you can't get it to go up. Like it goes left to right, fine, but going up, it just doesn't work. Sometimes it does. I don't really understand how that thing works, but yeah, so that game doesn't really work. Another game that doesn't really work is Pac-Man. It kind of works, but it runs like slightly in slow motion. There's a little bit of a lag, which is strange because these other games work fine, so I really don't understand the premise behind that. But okay, as far as Flash support goes, it does not support Flash yet. There came with a flyer that said it will be officially supporting Flash in October, so I guess they'll be updating the firmware. I tried sideloading a few Flash apps, and they were all very choppy trying to watch Flash content online, so that didn't work. But what does work really well is Netflix. So you can you got to install this app. I have a link to it on my site, or you can run a search. But you can sideload the Netflix app on here and install it, and I found that it actually works really well. I even connect it to my computer and stream it to my TV. It works pretty well. The only thing is the battery life doesn't last very long. It only seems to get about 3 hours if you're streaming Netflix to your TV. But obviously you can plug it in. Some other stuff on here. So what you do when you plug it into your TV is you got this HDMI switch, and it pops this up right here. Once you connect it, you hit whatever it is for your TV setup, and then it turns this screen black. So it's really confusing at first. The first couple times you use it, you have to orientate this thing just right, like this way, and then you use this as a pad for a cursor on your TV screen, and you move it around like this way, and then you use this button to make selections. It took me a while to figure that out, and once you figure that out, to use this to make selections, and then you get the thing orientated just right, it actually works pretty well in the HDMI mode. Okay, so there are a couple other pre-installed apps. You got the Facebook app. You've got the, like I said, the calendar, the regular Android apps, calculator. Let's see here, you've got the regular music app for Android. So it comes with this Notes app right here. You got Office Suite. It comes with this InTouch app, which is like a news app. You can get updates here. You can configure different sections to have it update for. So this is kind of just a basic look at the Pandigital Nova. I don't want to go into any more detail like specific app reviews. But yeah, it does work pretty well. I'm pretty impressed with it as far as budget pricing goes. Check out the ebookreader.com. I'm going to have a lot more details in the written review, as well as how to install the Android market on this thing to make it even better. So thank you for watching.